Hello everyone, my name is Jacob, and today I should be building the MIL Mi-6 heavy transport helicopter in Minecraft. Alright, so today I am in a mood to build a giant helicopter in Minecraft. I'm not sure really why, but we've got this MIL Mi-6 over here, and it's a beast. This thing is incredibly huge. So as I said, this is considered a heavy transport helicopter. It was developed and used by the Soviet Union, and I believe some are probably still used by Russia. It was developed in the very late 50s and put into major production in the like 60s and 70s. They built quite a number of these things, actually, like around 1,000, which is pretty remarkable considering the size of this thing. It uses, I believe, a turbo shaft, maybe two engines, and at that time, of course, that was a very sort of advanced type of helicopter. You can see this giant rotor as well. We've got a large capacity. I believe this thing would be able to carry something around 60 people, I guess, so that's pretty remarkable. This thing has also, and this is probably the feature that made me build it, it's got some sort of wings on the sides, as you can see, and they look pretty cool in my opinion. Also, this fixed landing gear on the sides also looks pretty cool. So yeah, overall very interesting helicopter. It also held some records back in the day for the fastest helicopter, I believe, and for the largest lift capacity. So pretty cool. I've put it here next to the King Stallion over there so that you can get a sort of a comparison. It's very similarly sized, although I think this one is actually a bit bigger than the King Stallion, and the King Stallion is considered to be a very large helicopter, so it just sort of puts this thing into perspective. So anyway, let's go ahead and build another one. Right, perfect. So we're gonna start like over here. We're gonna need a bit of space for those rotor blades, but other than that we should be fine. So we have a landing gear up front. It's just a single wheel, and then we've got a couple on the rear. We're gonna put those in later. So I guess we're gonna start with some blocks. I've just gone for this sort of white, blue, light gray configuration for this helicopter, as is sort of normal for the Soviets. They had them in various different colors, from like, I don't know, gray to whatever. This one is more of like a commercial type, because I do think they used some of these helicopters for commercial flights. So I'm gonna use some quartz stairs, and they're gonna go on the sides. Pretty much the whole bottom sides are gonna be covered with them, of course turned upside down like this. And then on the front, we're pretty much gonna go 3 blocks, so let's do 3 blocks out from the landing gear, from the front landing gear, and we're gonna have a thing there with some quartz slabs on the sides. This is gonna be our nose of the helicopter. We're also gonna have a bit of glass there. There it is. Let's just replace the button. Okay, so those are gonna form our glass nose. We're gonna have a bit of white carpet over there on the front, and then we're gonna move on to this middle section, which has got a quartz slab in the middle. After that we have the cockpit glass, So we've got the sides made out of just blocks, and then on the front here we've got a couple of blocks of glass. So we have a flat windshield, basically cockpit glass on the front, and then we have a gap of 1 block, and then we have a couple more windows on the sides there. We're also gonna start our blue stripe over here. So this is pretty much our nose. It's not super complex. We can also leave a little hole in here, just because, why not? Alright, and that's pretty nice. After this we can continue rearwards. So we're just gonna put down some more white concrete. I'm just using white concrete. You can use pretty much whatever you like, as I said. These things came in various different shades of gray and different colors. So basically our main sort of fuselage, our main body of the helicopter would be this length. So let's just see how long this is. That's 6, 9, 12, 15 and 17. Let's say 17 blocks is the main length, the length of the main thing. Obviously I made the whole thing comply with the measurements of the real one, so if you're interested in the exact measurements of this thing in Minecraft, just look up the size of the real one and convert it to 1 block equals 1 meter, and you should be pretty much golden. Okay, so we've got this part. This is all gonna be sort of made nicer by these stairs, if I can manage to put them down correctly. Perfect. Okay. And we're gonna stop them 1 block short over at the rear. Okay, and then we're just gonna continue the sides, basically like the side walls, I guess, of the fuselage. They're gonna go 1 block past this bottom block here, and of course we're gonna do the same thing on the other side like this, and then we're gonna have some slabs on the bottom. Couple of slabs like this, and then we're gonna have some blocks on top like that. So just 1 over, and then we're gonna move on to a stair. After that we're gonna have another stair here, and then we're just gonna move on to pretty much the boom of the tail. So that's just gonna continue there, and we're gonna finish that later. So let's finish the main part of the fuselage first of all, and then we're gonna do the other stuff. So as you can see, the engine or the engines, I guess. I'm not sure how many it really has. Probably 2, I would believe. They are up high near the rotor. So that's a pretty modern sort of design as helicopter goes. Helicopter design goes, because obviously you want to have the let's just bring this out like that. You want to have the engine or engines as high up as possible, just because obviously that leaves more space down low for cargo, personnel, stuff like that. So that's a very clever sort of way of designing a helicopter, I think. Alright, so we've got the bottom of our fuselage here, and if we move on to the top bit, we've got a quartz slab here with some white carpet on the sides. That's going to cover our cockpit glass. If we move on back from that, we got some slabs like this, 2 rows of them, and then we move on to the air intakes. Now these are sort of a bit trickier, I guess. So we have 4 blocks of stairs. So let's just have some blocks in the middle here. So 4. We're gonna put the stairs upside down like this. Okay, and on the other side as well. Right, and then we're gonna have some more stairs, but these are gonna be turned the other way. So basically, like this, and you'll see these will all together form a nice air intake, which obviously is gonna be smaller than the real one, but it's gonna pretty much look the part as best as we can make it, yes. Okay, so if we do that on the other side as well, you'll be able to see the final product. There we go, 2 air intakes on the top there. Okay, and then we can move on to other stuff. So the slabs go on for 2 blocks only. After that, we've got a block, and we've got some exhausts on the side there. So we got a block here, right? And then we have the top like that, and then on the sides we've got some exhausts. I'm using some black concrete blocks, and I'm using some wither skeleton skulls. They are gonna go on the sides like this. There we go, perfect. And those are gonna be our exhausts. And then we can put another skeleton skull up here. I think this is like a smaller exhaust, sorry, a smaller intake for whatever. And then we can move on back from here. So from the exhausts, we are going to move back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. 3 of those are gonna be blue. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Perfect. We can also put some gray blocks down here. This is just like a gray stripe running on the side there, and it goes like that. And we have another one on the other side, obviously. I believe some of these helicopters had windows on the sides as well. I generally don't put windows, like side windows in airplanes or helicopters in Minecraft, because they end up being way too big. So I didn't do that on this one either. But obviously, if you have the desire, you can definitely do it yourself. Alright, so we've got this top bit, sort of, this is our, I guess, engine compartment thing. On the top thing, where the rotor mounts, we've got a 4-block long structure with some slabs on the sides and on the back. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then we're gonna have a slab on the back, slab, 2 slabs in the middle on either side like this. And then if we grab a cobblestone wall block and plunk it down right here, this is gonna be our rotor mount, I guess. Okay, and then we can move on back from here. So we're just gonna have a single row of blocks here, followed by some stairs. Let me just see how many stairs we've got on the sides here. So we've got like 6, we got like 8 on the side there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and on the other side as well, like this. Perfect. We're also gonna put some on the bottom there, apparently. So let's do that. Although, yeah, I guess they reach out a bit more. Like this and that. Perfect. This is pretty much the start of the boom, of the tail boom. So on the bottom we're gonna have some light gray concrete blocks. They're gonna stretch into the tail This section is actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks long with a stair at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a stair at the end. There we go. Perfect. And then of course the top section is also exactly the same, like that. And then we can do the tail. So we've got 2 blocks for the start, and then we've got another 2 blocks up from that. On top of that we've got a stair, like on the side there, and we've got a couple of quartz slabs right at the very top. As for the leading edge section, we have I'm using some blue blocks for this, so let's just fill in this part a bit. We're gonna just have a sort of a 45-degree angle here, and that is pretty much our tail blade, vertical blade. And now we've got some sort of horizontal stabilizers as well. They just go in front of this tail fin, and they're very small and simple. We've just got something like this, and also on the other side, like that. Actually, they are half a block down, so right there, and then move this one down as well. Perfect. Okay, now this is pretty much our whole fuselage, other than the winglets and the landing gear. So let's build that. So the winglets, they just go on the sides here, as I showed you before. So we're gonna start at the rearmost blue block on top and work our way down. We've got a length of 6 slabs at the leading edge. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna go down a slab, half a block, and we're gonna have it 7 blocks long, I believe. Yep. And then we're gonna go down another half a block, and we're gonna have it 5 blocks long, I believe. There we go. Perfect. And then we can do the same thing on the other side. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 on the bottom, and we've got 5 on the trailing edge there. Perfect. Right near the winglets are the landing gear struts, I guess you would call them. Fixed landing gear struts. They mount at the leading edge of the wing, and we've got the landing gear right in the middle of the wing, 3 blocks on the 4th block from the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here is where our wheel is gonna go. Of course, it's gonna have to be made out of some black concrete, because otherwise it's just not gonna work. We're gonna have it connected by a series of weirdly placed blocks. Obviously, we're gonna have some slabs on the bottom, so like this, and then I believe we're gonna go up like that. There we go. And then just connect directly to here, like this. Okay, I think that's how it works. Right. Actually, they should just... Oh yeah, of course. We're gonna have to go 1 slab higher as well, like that. Okay, that's perfect. And then we're gonna go for the vertical sort of strut. So that's gonna go 2 blocks up from this slab here, and we're gonna go connect it to the frontmost. Nope. We're gonna connect it to the 2nd frontmost block of our wing on top. So right here. There we go. and that sort of connects nicely. I've also added this slab here, so it also provides some structure from that side. And of course we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Let's just do this quickly on the fourth block from the middle thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We're gonna have a slab. We're gonna have up here like this, and then bam bam. We're gonna have some blocks, 2 here, and then 2 here. Also a slab up here. Perfect. We have another landing gear on the other side. Now we can do our tail rotor, or stabilizing rotor. We're gonna put that on the right side of the tail. I believe just goes on this block here, and it is 2 blocks in all directions, in either direction, I guess. So we're gonna not sure if I put it directly. No, I put it a block out, so we're gonna have another block here, and then just go out 2 blocks in either direction. This one I made a 4-bladed rotor. The main one, which we're gonna build right now, is actually a 5-bladed rotor. That's why it's kind of weird, and that's why it's got a weird sort of thing on the front, another blade on the front. Obviously I cannot space them out evenly in Minecraft, since there are 5 of them, so that's just the way I put them, I guess. Let's see how long we need to make them. So the diagonal ones are gonna be 4, 8, 12, and 14. So the diagonals are gonna be 14, and then this thing is gonna be 12, 16, 18. Okay. So let's do the diagonal ones first. We're gonna have them on the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so I'm just gonna put the 5th one sort of facing the rear, because it's facing the front on the other one. There we go. Almost touches the tail. Perfect. I think that's probably it for this Semi 6. It's a really cool helicopter. I very much like this thing, especially with the color configuration. I think this thing looks awesome. I did actually screw up the front landing gear somehow. We do have a double, oh, for fuck's sake, we do have a double landing gear up front with a bit of fence in the middle. Now of course I'm gonna use another big fence, and also I'm gonna put some buttons around so that it looks better. So let's have some buttons on this side as well, and that should probably do for this helicopter. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, you can press the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also support me on Patreon if you wish to do so. All support is greatly appreciated. You can also check out my other videos. Oh, by the way, the link to the Patreon is always in the description of the video, so that's the easiest way to find my Patreon. So anyway, I think that's probably enough. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.